The extraordinary findings from Lewis Hamilton's revolutionary floor upgrade have finally been unveiled, and what's surfacing from Maranello is absolutely remarkable. Following weeks of rumors, Ferrari has at last commenced evaluation of a groundbreaking new enhancement under the SF25, and the data emerging from these initial trials are breathtaking. We're not merely discussing minor enhancements. This represents a total metamorphosis of the vehicle's capabilities, a discovery so striking that Ferrari personnel are already declaring it among the most significant advances the organization has achieved in recent years. Everything commenced with a discrete sequence of evaluations conducted privately in Maranello, where technical staff executed simulations and circuit analyses that led to one fundamental realization: the floor, the hidden dynamo of the vehicle's aerodynamics, was restricting all progress. But now, following the implementation of daring modifications to the blueprint and covertly operating the enhanced specification at the Red Bull Ring, prior to the Austrian Grand Prix, the reality has emerged. Ferrari may have ultimately decoded the formula. While Lewis Hamilton was not operating the vehicle during these preliminary sessions, the SF25's modified floor was thoroughly examined by Charles Leclerc and a development test driver, and the outcomes they produced have created tremors throughout the facility. Personnel who analyzed the original telemetry characterized the contrasts as dramatic. The vehicle demonstrated superior stability, enhanced responsiveness, and considerably increased velocity through medium and high-velocity curves approaching the apex points with substantially greater assurance, stating that the rear section, formerly unstable and susceptible to abrupt traction loss, now provided much improved stability and predictability. For the technical team at Maranello, this represented more than validation of a functional design. It constituted the initial genuine confirmation that the vehicle's most vital floor component had finally been resolved. Specifically, the innovative floor facilitated enhanced airflow control through the Venturi passages, significantly minimizing the chaotic air that had formerly compromised the rear diffuser's effectiveness. When combined with refined modifications to the central spine and floor perimeter configuration, the SF25 now creates a substantially more balanced aerodynamic foundation, particularly during braking and acceleration phases. However, perhaps the most thrilling element concerns their implications for Lewis Hamilton. Although he has not yet experienced the new setup, every element of feedback, every information trace, and every circuit time indicates that the vehicle he will operate at the Austrian Grand Prix will feel completely different from the erratic machine he battled throughout the season's opening portion. Technical staff are optimistic that this floor will enable Hamilton to ultimately exploit the SF25's full potential without questioning the vehicle's characteristics during critical situations, and with the suspension enhancement scheduled for Silverstone intended to completely activate the mechanical aspects of Ferrari's design, this represents merely the commencement. What has already been disclosed could transform Ferrari's campaign, but what follows next might revolutionize the battle for the 2025 title. Therefore, remain with us, press that like button, subscribe to our channel, and continue watching until the conclusion, because we're preparing to analyze the complete narrative behind this game, changing new floor, the remarkable lap time improvements, and how it might alter everything for Lewis Hamilton and Ferrari during the 2025 season. What Ferrari has recently discovered through its innovative floor exceeds expectations. It's truly energizing. This transcends a simple technical enhancement. It represents a comprehensive reinvention of the SF25's capabilities, and following months of observing Lewis Hamilton struggle with a vehicle that declined to cooperate, the evolution currently developing differs from anything witnessed from Maranello in years. From the instant the innovative floor contacted the track surface at the Red Bull Ring, everything transformed. The opening trials not only indicated progress forward, they demonstrated that Ferrari had addressed one of the most basic deficiencies in their 2025 design: the vehicle, which had formerly experienced an extremely limited performance window and severe balance fluctuations, now finally maintains stability throughout a complete circuit. The rear section is secure. The understeer that troubled Hamilton's initial qualifying attempts has disappeared, and for the first occasion, the SF25 is harmonizing with the track rather than opposing it. Let's examine the specifics. The updated floor incorporates a total reconstruction of the Venturi passages, those essential lower body channels responsible for creating downforce through ground effect. Formerly, the airflow underneath the SF25 was chaotic and inclined to separate mid-corner now with restructured geometry and a re-established pressure distribution. The airflow stays connected even throughout lateral force changes. This elegantly describes how the vehicle now preserves traction. When the driver steers aggressively, precisely the situation that previously caused the rear section to lose control dramatically. Ferrari has additionally restructured the relationship between the diffuser and transmission housing, establishing a more unified flow pattern as air departs the floor. The redesigned central spine enhances directional steadiness during braking procedures. One of Hamilton's primary concerns from the season's start before this modification, the vehicle would randomly alter its aerodynamic equilibrium during deceleration, compelling both drivers to exercise caution when entering corners. Now this issue has been eliminated. Hamilton can brake later, maintain trail braking longer, and maneuver the vehicle with the accuracy he demonstrated at Mercedes. One of the most remarkable discoveries originated from telemetry gathered during extended runs. The SF25, which had formerly displayed irregular tire deterioration and excessive heating on the rear axle, now generates much more consistent temperature distributions across the rear tires. Tire degradation has decreased by 17% on average per stint relative to previous races. This not only prolongs tire life, it revolutionizes race tactics. It enables Hamilton to maintain pressure, longer defend more effectively, and execute overcut strategies confidently for a driver of his caliber who specializes in race analysis and capitalizing on opportunities others overlook. This constitutes a formidable advantage. The data proves authentic during consecutive stints replicating race scenarios. The innovative floor produced lap time enhancements ranging from 0.3 to 0.6 seconds per circuit, depending on fuel quantity and tire specification. This surpasses impressive, it's extraordinary by contemporary Formula One standards, particularly considering it requires no compromises in dependability or cooling efficiency. However, this extends beyond numerical data. It concerns Hamilton's newfound capabilities within the cockpit. He no longer requires cautious corner entry or hesitation during acceleration. The vehicle's characteristics now align with his natural responses. You observe this in his apex approach technique. Smoother, more precise, more decisive. You detect it in his radio communications. Reduced frustration, increased command for the first time this season. Lewis Hamilton has stopped managing difficulties and started pursuing performance. The qualifying impact should prove equally significant with improved aerodynamic reliability and decreased ride height sensitivity. Ferrari can now operate the vehicle lower without compromising rear stability. This delivers increased downforce, enhanced grip, and greater confidence through high-speed sections, particularly vital on circuits like Silverstone and Spa, where fractions of seconds determine outcomes. Anticipate Hamilton extracting considerably more from single-lap performance than previously achieved. This constitutes merely Phase 1. The floor was conceived with the forthcoming suspension upgrade in consideration. By resolving the aerodynamic constraints immediately, Ferrari has established a solid foundation to integrate with the anti-roll rear suspension scheduled to premiere at Silverstone. This combination should virtually eliminate erratic chassis behavior during elevation transitions and rapid directional changes. When both upgrades unite, they will create what essentially becomes a B specification vehicle, a thoroughly revised SF25 engineered not simply for competition, but for victory. A psychological transformation is also occurring here for months. Hamilton has demonstrated remarkable patience, embracing compromises, maintaining composure before media, and attempting to modify his approach for a vehicle that simply would not respond now, with the innovative floor accessing performance previously unavailable to the team. That patience is evolving into confidence. You witness this in the garage through body language, expressions of optimism. Hamilton understands this vehicle's potential now, and everyone else recognizes it too. The floor has achieved more than improved lap times. It has restored hope. What Ferrari has just revealed through this innovative floor transcends a minor advancement. It represents a complete transformation in the competitive environment for Lewis Hamilton. It signifies the first occasion during his Ferrari tenure that he genuinely possesses a machine capable of complementing his abilities rather than hindering them. The statistics, the equilibrium, the reliability, and most critically, the sensation behind the steering wheel all indicate one outcome. This floor is not merely functioning, it is revolutionizing everything. The findings disclosed from the Red Bull Ring evaluations validate what many within Maranello had only dared to imagine, that the SF25 retained unrealized potential awaiting liberation. And now, with this radical new aerodynamic base established, Ferrari no longer pursues the field. They are positioning themselves to command it. Hamilton's confidence is resurging, his speed is returning, and with the approaching suspension upgrade, designed to enhance everything this floor has enabled, the second half of the 2025 season remains completely open. This no longer concerns recovering ground, it involves counterattacking with this breakthrough. Hamilton possesses the instrument he requires. Ferrari has gained the momentum they previously lacked, and the remaining grid has been officially warned. The competition has evolved, and it all began with one incredible new floor.